Welcome back to Good Morning Arizona's time now is 9:08. Yesterday, jurors failed to reach a verdict in the Bill Cosby sexual assault case. Bill Cosby faces 3 charges: aggravated indecent assault, each carrying up to 10 years in prison potentially, accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a former Temple University employee, Andrea Constant. Allegedly, it happened at his home in 2004. Those deliberations continue this morning.
Yeah, joining us to talk about this case is attorney and legal analyst Monica Lindstrom. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Very high-profile case with, what are we going into, day three of deliberations?
Yes.
What's going on behind the scenes?
Gosh, don't I wish I knew,
Right?
right?
A fly on the wall.
Because the defense only presented one witness, and really that was it. There was no forensic evidence. It's really a he said, she said kind of thing. And in fact, when the prosecution put on evidence, they read parts of Cosby's deposition where he said that he gave her Benadryl, and he also said that he would give women Quaaludes in order to have sex with them later. So with that, I thought, drop the mic, right? Because that's some pretty heavy words there. But for some reason, the jury is really going back through the evidence, listening again and reading the depositions and asking for further instructions.
Well, obviously, his celebrity status is the other figure in the room. I mean, jurors and humans in general, they don't respond to celebrities in the same way that they respond to a regular person. So how heavily will that likely influence and shape the conversations in there? If he's got one passionate fan, I assume they would have tried to weed that out in jury selection. But if he has one passionate fan who doesn't want to see his name tarnished, that could be the deal breaker there.
Yep, that absolutely could. It just takes one person. There's a jury of 5 women and 7 men, and it just takes one, like you said. Let me ask you this question. When you think of Bill Cosby, who do you really think of?
Well, you think of Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah. That's right, and that is so ingrained in us. Imagine what the jury's going through. They have to try to be aware of that separation and try to do that in their minds, and that's really hard. Not only that, but again, this is a he said, she said, and when you're a juror looking at that, you have to think, I know that if I say guilty, he is facing consequences. They're not supposed to know how much, but they know that it's serious. So they're thinking, okay, he's 79, he said, she said, do I really want to find him guilty? So I think that's why they're really combing through what was given to them.
Let me ask you this, because during closing statements, his defense attorney pointed to those other potential victims in the courtroom and said, we're not here for her, we're here because of them. How come, if they are potential victims, how come their cases weren't tried?
Well, it all has to do with the statute of limitations. There was roughly 60 women that came out with allegations against Bill Cosby, but not all of them could get a criminal trial because it's been just too long. With Andrea's case, it just happened that she fell within the statute of limitations, and although originally the prosecutor refused to bring charges, later on charges were brought, to the surprise really of everybody.
We're just about out of time. Very last thing. Much was talked about the number of phone calls that she made to Bill Cosby
72,
following
I believe.
this incident. So that can make her case or her claims questionable, but it could also make it look like you're blaming a victim in a sexual assault, and that could go either way with the jury.
The defense has to be really careful when they try to blame the victim. They have to present evidence without making it look like they're blaming the victim.
Any guesses on timeline?
Oh gosh, I thought it would have been done by now, but maybe 2 more days at the max.
Monica, thank you so much. Monica
you.
Lindstrom, we appreciate your insight this morning.